and Narasimha's pastime. So, but still, I wanted to speak about the three prominent personalities of the pastime, that is Hiranyakashipu and Bhakta Prahalada and Lord Narasimha himself. Before that, I want to lay a basis for about Hiranyakashipu. So, for this, I want to start with a story which is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam. This story is about a king called Suyagna. Suyagna was a very noble king, very right. Once his mortal remains came to the kingdom, all the kingsmen, his family members, all the praja, all the citizens of the kingdom, and especially his queens were all upset and were devastated seeing his passing away. So they were crying so vigorously, so helplessly, so that they were not actually letting the cremation of this king happen. So because he was a noble king, and this scene of at the deathbed of the king or next to the dead body of the king was also witnessed by Yamadharmaraja. So how many know who is Yamadharmaraja? Yama is actually the king of a lord of death, who actually decides the aftermath of the soul after the death. So this scene is actually witnessed by Yamadharmaraja, and to ensure the cremation happens, Yamadharmaraja comes as a Brahmana boy, and this Brahmana boy goes and explains the difference between the body and the soul. So he goes to these queens who are crying and says, it was a duty of the king to fight for the kingdom, and as a king he has done his duty, and once he has completed his duty and he has left away, there is no difference between the dead body and the matter. The king has already passed away. So as a human birth, humans who are taken the birth as a human being, need to focus on the platform of soul, perform spiritual activities, perform activities which are leading us to self-realization. So he goes on describing lot of distinctions between the body and the soul, and how the body is made up of the 5 elements, whereas how the soul is eternally situated. So after this long discussion, this boy, who is Yamadharmaraja, leaves the scene. And once this boy is left, all the queens, all the family members of this king, and all the citizens raised to the platform of that duties of not and try to understand the difference between a body and the soul. So you may be wondering why I am telling this story on a day of Narasimha Caturdasi. This is the exact story which Hiranyakashipu tells to his mother and his sisters when Hiranyaksha, who is an elder brother of Hiranyakashipu, is killed. Okay, so he is telling a story from Vedas detailing what is the distinction between a body and a soul. So typically when we say a demon, we tend to have an imagination the demon is a very big person, has big tooth, red eyes, but we don't tend to realize that there are They may be just like us. In fact, yeah. So only difference is the consciousness in what they are distinguishes them to be a demon. So in this case, as Hiranyakashipu makes a specific sentence. He says, the spirit soul, the living entity, has no depth, for he is eternal and inexhaustible. Being free from material contamination, he can go anywhere in the material or spiritual worlds. He is fully aware and completely different from the material body. But because of being misled by misuse of his slight independence, he is obliged to accept subtle and gross bodies created by the material energy, and thus he is subjected to so-called material happiness and distress. Therefore, no one should lament the passing away of the spiritual soul from the body. These are the exact words given out by mouth of Hiranyakashipu. So it's like similar to the words what Lord Krishna has given in second chapter of, that is Sankhya Yoga. Right? So this was the platform of Hiranyakashipu. He was a very knowledgeable person, especially with respect to Vedic knowledge. Okay? So what makes him so a demon? Right? What makes him his demon? So that is where I would like to discuss a sloka which lays actually the basis for the entire pastime. That is Bhagavad Gita chapter 3, text 37. So the sloka is Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kama Esha Krodha Esha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Mahasano Mahapapa. Sorry. Mahasano Mahapapa Vidhi Iha Vairinam. The translation of this sloka is, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material mode of passion, and later transformed into wrath, of which is all devouring, sinful enemy of this world. Now, so Krishna is telling in chapter 3 about this, how the lust, which is conditioned by the body, tends to transform into wrath, and subsequently it becomes an all-devouring force for a person engaged in the thing. So we'll just repeat this sloka. Kindly repeat after me. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kama Esha Krodha Esha Kama Esha Krodha Esha Kama Esha Krodha Esha Kama Esha Krodha Esha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Mahasano Mahapapma Mahasano Mahapapma Mahasano Mahapapma Mahasano Mahapapma Viddhinam Iha Vairinam Viddhinam Iha Vairinam Viddhinam Iha Vairinam Viddhinam Iha Vairinam Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kama Esha Krodha Esha Kama Esha Krodha Esha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Mahasano Mahapapma Mahasano Mahapapma Vidhinam Iha Vairinam Vidhinam Iha Vairinam. So translation, please repeat after me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material mode of passion, and later transformed into wrath, and which is the all-devouring, sinful enemy of this world. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananandasya Chakshurunmittamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Vina Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Shagana Nandita Shri Vishakam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Tada Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurani Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanustute Devi Pranamami Harite Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhayavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktamanda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So as I said, Hiranyakashipu, after this incident, he gets into the mindset of taking revenge against Lord Vishnu. So because he is in that state of mind, he automatically performs very vigorous austerities, actually to please Brahma. So after he pleases Brahma, he obtains a very special boon from Brahma. That is, he cannot be killed by any demons, demigods, humans, or any weapons. Or at the same time, he cannot be killed in the morning or the night. So, given this boon, he becomes very, very possessed by that power of he can perform anything. Okay, so once he gets this power of performing everything, he starts to conquering all the three worlds. Right from the not Brahmaloka, from Swargaloka until to the Patala-loka. All like upper, middle, and lower planetary systems are under control of Hiranyakashipu. So the human beings, the Gandharvas, the Garudas, the Nagas, the Siddhas, Charanas, Vidyadharas, including Yamadharma Raja, everybody on this material world would be under the control of Hiranyakashipu. So this power gets into his head. So what happens? The natural tendency of a material body is to enjoy. The lust, as Krishna is telling, Kamayesha, Krodayesha. The first stage is the lust. So what he does? He captures Swargaloka. Swargaloka is abode of Indra. So there is a place called Nandana Vana. So it's a place where the demigods usually congregate and have the fun. So he captures that. He captures Amaravati. Amaravati is the palace of Lord Indra. Okay? And he so does that, he orders King Indra to supply Somarasa. Somara is the wine, what Indra thinks. So he makes Indra to bow down on his feet, and he orders any demigod. It is said in scriptures, he just used to raise his eyebrow. I can't do it, but he used to do it. But just by raising his eyebrow, the entire material creation, entire material world, not the creation, this universe, used to shiver. So all the demigods, the Vayus, the Agni Devas, Varuna, everybody used to come and fall on his feet. So So he was so powerful that he also held Mother Earth on his control. Out of fear, Mother Earth used to produce food grains, resources, everything for Hiranyakashipu. No? This is a common tendency, right, in our material world. So we are under peer pressure. Project needs to be delivered. We need to perform. Whether we like it, we don't like it. We need to perform. Same way, Mother Earth was held in captivity, and she was told, no, you need to be producing this. So like this, Hiranyakashipu used to terrorize all the demigods, terrorize every basic element in the material, this material universe, and kept every demigod in check to ensure he could be pleased in any manner he wants. Kama esha, krodha esha, rajo gunam samudbhava. So the mode of passion enters in him. Just imagine, he was the person who advises his mother and sisters about performing activities, distinguishing oneself with the body and spirit soul, and telling not to misuse the slight independence a soul is being got. He is the same person who has advised his mother and sisters, who conquers the entire material universe and starts to be in that mode of passion, enjoying all the possessions what he got. So it said, even he was full of pride because of the power, the prowess he got from the boon of Lord Brahma. He became very violent. He was so violent that if anybody used to speak for Lord Vishnu, because Lord Vishnu was considered as his enemy, so if anybody wanted to speak for Lord Vishnu, he used to become very violent. So he ordered killing of all the Brahmanas who were performing yajnas for pleasing Lord Vishnu, indiscriminately. So wherever he sees a Brahmana, wherever his servants of Hiranyakashipu, when they saw any Brahmanas performing any yajna, immediately think. So he was not tolerant. So there was no disregard whether the Brahmana is young, whether the Brahmana is old. So there is no inclusivity. So he was not even bothered about that. At the same time, he was just showing off his prowess. He used to go and make Indra dance. He used to make Indra serve him. It is a misuse of power what he used to do it. And lastly, he was full of sense gratification. As I said, once he got the entire material world under his grasp, he says, he used to ask King Indra to serve this wine in the beautiful jewel embedded vessels what Indra had, and he used to ask him serve a lot, and he used to go around walking in the Nandanavada, enjoying and just like a mad elephant he used to roam around. This was a state of Hiranyakashipu. Yet he was always dissatisfied. He was always craving for different ways of enjoyment. Different ways of enjoyment in the material world, right from Swargaloka to Patalaloka. Just like we stuck in this body, trying to enjoy different aspects of this planet, maybe different restaurants, different drinks, or different places of tourism, The reason we try to go is we are trying to grasp hold of some enjoyment, and we think that is where the actual pleasure comes from. But end of the day, when we go to the places, we are, for a momentarily we get some happiness, but we do get, dissatisfied. And it happens for anyone? Yes. So same way, just like how Hiranyakashipu was under the influence of mode of passion, we are also covered by mode of passion. That's why we are always eager to try out new things in material world. As soon as somebody posts on WhatsApp, have you tried this particular center or restaurant or this game or this place for tourism, we make plans, we make arrangements. We dedicate so much of energy just to go and try out something, grasp hold of something. Srila Prabhupada used to say that wherever you go in this material world, not just material, this particular planet, there are what you can get is different flavors of ahara nidra bhaya maithuna. So you may go to Malaysia, you get a Malaysian cuisine. Or you may go to Thailand, it is a Thai cuisine. But it is end of the day, it is ahara. The culture may be slightly different, but it is again maithuna. Okay, so so Prabhupada used to say this. So just it is a different place on this earth, but the flavors are just different. It is just ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithuna. So ultimately, if you try to experience that, it is just a fraction of a second when you realize that you don't actually please, happiness. It is not satisfactory. It may be gratifying, but it may not be happy. Okay, so that's the world we are in. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. So similarly, Hiranyakashipu, though he had captured the entire material world, entire material universe, he was not happy. He was trying out all kinds of sense gratification. In that process, he was, violent, non-tolerant, pride. He was full of pride with this prowess, and always thinking how he can achieve that supremacy over Lord Vishnu. At the same time, there was something happening just with his family. Okay, so his wife became pregnant, and due to the fear of these demigods trying to kill his offspring, so Hiranyakashipu was left his wife under the care of Narada. Though it was easy for him to care himself, because since he was not duty bound, he understands, okay, I need to just keep my wife safe, so I can just keep under the eye of Narada Muni, in Narada Muni's ashram, and there won't be any problem, right? So destiny was such that Hiranyakashipu's son, so destiny was such that, or in fact, Krishna had arranged such situation where a pure devotee of the Lord, happened to be son of Hiranyakashipu. Okay, so when within the womb of his mother, he obtained direct instructions from Narada Muni. Okay. So the description of Prahlad Maharaja is given in Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto, and this description is actually being described by Narada Muni himself to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Okay. So the first time Narada introduces about Prahlada to Yudhishthira, Narada introduces him as a Mahabhagavata. Okay? So, I was just discussing a few minutes back. So there are different levels of devotee consciousness. We have Kanishta Adhikari, we have Madhyama Adhikari, we have Uttama Adhikari. So the Kanishta Adhikari is a devotee who has been just maybe following, got introduced to devotional life. They are trying to understand the devotional life. They are putting their efforts to understand the rules and regulations. So they are just blossoming the consciousness of devotion. So there is next stage, slightly higher, which is Madhyama Adhikari. So the Madhyama Adhikari, he that is a developed consciousness where the devotee is putting lots of effort, has established some discipline in a devotional life. He is able to understand the principles of Bhagavad Gita or devotional life. He is able to understand how he is being influenced by modes of material nature. He is able to understand, like, one needs to go beyond this ahara nidra bhaya maithuna. So he puts effort to have a regulated sadhana in his life. But yet he is not yet achieved the full consciousness of devotional service because of his past sinful activities which he is carrying on his shoulders. The ultimate stage is Uttamadhikari or Mahabhagavata. So the Mahabhagavata is a person whose consciousness is fully blossomed, where he is constantly absorbed in thinking how to serve